What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Christ169 coming to you live with another video. I'm a little red because I'm tired. I haven't slept. Been up since 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I got off work. I'm off for the next 4 days, so it's my weekend. Hope you guys having a blessed day out there. Hope you guys really looking forward to my review of this can duster from Office Depot. I put review RW, but review. I bought like four of these. It's my first one to use. 3.5 ounce can. It's a good little can though. It actually works pretty well. It's a pretty good little can. It does what it needs to do. You see here, it's not as much as getting cold now. I mean, because it's getting compressed. You let it sit and let it build back up again and warm up again. The air comes up pretty good. So these are good, like $7 per can. Small one, bigger ones like 20 something. You can probably get cheaper at Walmart, but these actually work pretty well. I mean, they have a lot more airflow. I don't know what they use for compressed air chemicals. I assume the same, but this is my review. This is a good one. I say pick it up. It's the cleaning duster for your gaming rig or game console. I use it on my Xbox, and my cable modem, and even my router, and my switch as well too. Even my phone or everything they use. Even my controller, my headset, I dust off my camera. It's good stuff though. Now I'm not sponsored by Office Depot at all, but I bought it like last week. I usually buy stuff and review it, especially when it comes to the gaming stuff. So that's really good. Good airflow. But I pick it up for you guys. Pick that bad boy up. Just give it a shot. It's the like I said, it's the Office Depot cleaning duster. It does good though. It's a 3.5 ounce can. It's around $7 or $8 per can. A little expensive, but everything's a little expensive nowadays. Now that's review taken care of. AMD Ryzen 7000 X3D CPUs are apparently killing motherboards. Gaming Nexus has done a great teardown of this. Um, they should be down below in my subscription area. Click on them, watch their videos, especially that one. If you think about getting the 7800, 7000 X3D or 7000 series of 3D model of these CPUs, they're causing problems, issues, motherboard, and it come to find out it's a frequency issue. The motherboard are not communicating the right frequency with the chip, so the CPU is actually going haywire and causing it to burn. And they had it to burn, and they showed it burning. So Gaming Nexus is the place to go. Even Jason said talked about it, and they actually referred people. He referred people to Gaming Nexus, who is pretty much the creme and the creme when it comes. They're digital. He is the guy who does it. Is a digital foundry of the CPU stuff like that. Um, I don't know the gentleman's name, but hey, how you doing out there, Gaming Nexus? Um, but he is the like I said, the digital foundry when it comes to stuff like that. He's very thorough, does very well, tears down, shows the die, shows what's happening when it's breaking down from the die from the cell level. I mean, literally from the cell level, it's breaking down from the cell level and melt. It's literally separating from the cell and die together, and that's almost unheard of. It's separating from the die itself and the cell and literally just coming apart. Almost like a s'more almost. It's almost like it's really weird. He had one motherboard that survived the overheating. There are a couple he said that were fried, but before you buy, I know a 7000 series anything from Ryzen AMD, I would probably watch that video from Gaming Nexus to make sure. The motherboard you used to certain MSI one or different other ones, Asus. So you really want to watch Gaming Nexus's one about that because he'll know more about it than I would, or even J2 Sense, because he has done a thorough bang up job. I watched it for 40 minutes in superb. He hasn't come out with a part two yet. So Gaming Nexus, how you doing? Once again, he hasn't come out with part two. Like a wrap, like a wrap up to tell you how you got. He got in touch with his partners who probably work for AMD or used to work for AMD or something like that, and they're kind of on shady terms with coming on live TV or giving the name out, and I can see why. They're probably insiders somewhere that don't want to be ousted and have to deal with litigation for whatever company that has an issue with what's going on, GPU, CPU, whatever, or even pre-builts. He does a lot of pre-builts. Game Nexus does. They a lot of teardowns. Um, so it could be something like that, where it's maybe they don't want their sources to be known for whatever reason. Maybe they'll get asked thousands of questions about stuff, and maybe they don't want they don't want all their Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram feeds being people asking questions about stuff, and it's understandable. Now moving on from that, there is another topic. REDFAll. REDFAll has a Metacritic score of 63. This game has come out and doing poorly, even though it's on Game Pass. Either you can play, I can download it right now on my gaming rig if I wanted to, and play it. People are not playing it. Um, they're dissatisfied with the direction what they're going, and I can see why. Bethesda was bought up by Microsoft a couple years ago, and this is the first game they actually released brand new. That's a cluster. And any fanboys say, "Well, I'm having a good time with it." Get your head out of the butt of Microsoft for 5 seconds, clean the crap out of your mouth, nose, and ears and eyes, and see that Redfall is a cluster F of a mess. People will post out Sony's issues or PlayStation games that don't do well. But when it's a Microsoft game that the Xbox Defense Force is morphing into action, they'll firebomb your house, call the Zord firebomb your house. If you say anything, against a piece of plastic company, and I think it's silly. I gave shit to both companies, including Nintendo, and I don't care either way about either one of them. That's just me. Okay, that's how I feel by it. I'm a kind of guy that doesn't argue with stuff like that. Okay, I will accept things what they are if they're shown to be what they are. But what I won't accept is silliness from anyone telling me how this, that, or the other is not the problem. Now, we all know what the problem is. We have to solve the problem. And by being a fanboy, you're not solving the problem, you're becoming more of the problem. And that's why fanboys. Sorry guys, take medication. But yeah, that's something that needs to be addressed. Redfall, the AMD issue, um, the EA's Star Wars game, Last Survivor, what do you call it? These games, folks, are coming out crap. Then we got CPUs coming out crap. This is my last topic I'm talking about here, a couple minutes here. I've told you guys this months and months and years ago on my channel, and no one wants to listen. If you keep making them excuses, the fanboys out there, the AMD, the Intel, the NVIDIA, the whatever, the Microsoft, the Sony PlayStation, the EA, the whatever, you keep making excuses for these people, they'll keep making crappy products. Okay? This shit needs to end eventually, folks. Okay? We need to really have a drawn line in the sand, a truce, something, sign a treaty or something, saying you guys will create these games right. Because right now we had game after game after game came out and it looks like dog shit. And this is where I go on a rant, folks. So you better get damn used to it. Because you had You had Battlefield came out a year ago. It looks a lot better. Call of Duty came out and it's still run like a cluster mess. You got Hogwarts Legend coming out and it's barely running good now and running better than it was. And you have Last of Us Part 1 came out and that's a cluster mess. Okay? Then you have this new Star Wars game come out. And that's a cluster mess. You have all these problems going on here. And when's enough enough, you know? And when is enough enough? When people would stop making excuses about. Sorry, I got a message. Sorry, guys, family. Um, Stop making excuses about all this crap. Stop making excuses for these companies. AMD has an issue with their CPUs burning up stuff, burning up damn motherboards and damaging people's graphics cards too. It could fry everything. Once again, shout out to Gaming Nexus team. I don't know the guy's name, but Gaming Nexus and his team for finding this problem and actually bringing it to light. Solving the problem and bringing it to light. So, for the fanboys, they are morphing action and threatening Gaming Nexus for exposing a problem, like they should do. We all should do. Like with this here, this is a great can of air. Costs $7 though. Am I gonna buy more of it? Probably not. I'll probably go to Santa Club buy their can of air. For some reason, this works a lot better. It pushes air a lot better, pushes dust a lot better. Okay, it's a can of air. I'm not gonna freak out over it, but I will get my opinion on it. Okay, and that being said, guys, this is what we need to do. YouTubers gotta stop bidding it over and taking it up the ass every time they get a sponsor that makes crap. Gaming Nexus, Jay's 2 cents. These guys will call their sponsors out on stuff. I don't have sponsors. I don't want sponsors because if I get a sponsor that's crap, I want to come. I want to expose them, even though they could pay me thousands of dollars a month to say, "Oh, the great stuff was great." No, I'm gonna say, "Hey, it's good, but it has this issues." See, I don't get review copies of games or anything because I will be very outspoken with it. I'm not saying that Angry Joe and Chris Utech USA and Alpha Mega Cinemas, you guys don't get. No, it's just they're different. They've been here so long and so big and massive, they have to cater to a bunch of people. I cater to people. If you're watching my channel, means you like something about gaming and a fat guy who rambles on. So you like those two things, hey, God bless you. Welcome to my channel. If you don't, then the accuracy stays right. Okay? I got no problem people being on my channel. I don't. But what I got a problem is trying to get people to understand that when I say stuff like this, and I get some comments in my comments that are kind of weird. Oh, how dare you talk about this and like that? I'll talk about what I damn well feel like talking about. Because I can. Because when AMD is doing something wrong, when NVIDIA doing something wrong, when Microsoft does something wrong, when PlayStation, EA, the rest of them all do something wrong, it is a problem for all of us. Even the fanboys sucking the teat, their favorite company developer piece of plastic, need to understand eventually they're going to get backhanded by their own person who's letting them suck on the teat. And it needs to be understood. To going forward, folks, I will start being a little more harsh on this channel. To stuff like this. Because too much stuff being passed by the cracks of the Q&A departments of these companies. These are multi-billion-dollar, multi-million-dollar companies, and yet they can't sit there and hire some people. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. That motherboard's on fire there, John. I think it's a problem. We want to sell it anyway? Okay, good. Yeah, that's what they did. Hey, John, that motherboard's on fire. What is that? Boss says sell it anyway? Boss says sell. Okay. Ship it out, boys. CPU is fine, even though it's catching fire and burning motherboards down. I'm going to burn them up. But that's the thing. I guarantee you no quality assurance went into that. And if they did, they only did a mediocre quality assurance. They didn't do quality assurance of 100%, like they should have. They didn't do that. Did 100? They did a quality assurance of, well, it looks good to us. Turn it on. It works fine. Turn it off. Don't want to use it. It's only when Game and X started stress testing them that the CPU started doing that. And some of them, among the motherboards, it failed right out the gate. Other ones took a little time to fail. So it could be a motherboard issue with the CPU. Maybe CPU has different frequencies that are not connecting. Or maybe the motherboard needs to be manually clocked to that. And that's what Game and X is talking about. About maybe manually clocking those recommended, those safety measures. And I think J2 said he has a 7000 series chip CPU, and he's kind of worried about it, but he's not going to freak out about it. He had no problem since. These guys I'm talking about are PC masters in the sense that they know what they're looking at. But it doesn't mean that these guys are end all be all when it comes to PCs. My brother-in-law and sister are IT people, and they don't know anything about PCs. So to really recap on the situation, the AMD issue is an issue. Is it going to break the bank? Probably not. It'll probably cost them some respect points, but breaking their bank, no. Yeah, NVIDIA's problem is a lot more worse, I think, than AMD. They could have had a couple of them come out made bad. But if it's a lot more than a couple, then they're going to be screwed. But I doubt it's probably a couple issues. They need to maybe send out a message to all the manufacturers of the motherboard. Hey, send out an update to update when people buy this. Because if I went from a 5600X to 5800X 3D, my sister had to come over and update a new update download for the motherboard BIOS to actually run it properly because certain games would not run on it. The frequency was off, or maybe it's just because it was outdated. Motherboard was outdated. But once she did that, things worked like a dream. So, that being said, guys, just be careful out there when you buy new CPUs. Read reviews. Type in does this CPU you're buying have any issues, and outweigh the cost. If you're a PC sadist that knows PCs, you know how to manipulate the BIOS, and you can go in there and change if you want to. Me, I don't do that. My brother-in-law and sister tell me not to touch BIOS, so I can access it, but they tell me not to because I have no clue what I'm doing there. So when they come over, they do it, and they tell me to leave it alone, and they set it the way they want to set it. I can play with the graphics card and do all their crap on, MSI Afterburner. They don't care. When it comes to the BIOS, no, I have no clearance to even look at it. No, I don't even breathe on it. But I will dab into it. My sister will show me things. My brother-in-law will show me things when they come over. This is what this does. This does. Show them. No, they'll educate me a little as I go along. But I'm nowhere near Jedi or Jedi Knight when it comes to this stuff. Playing games, I'm awesome. Not playing games, I don't know much about it. But if you're buying a 7000 series 3D CPU, be aware it has issues with frying motherboards. If you're like, crisis, I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to put the swim gear on. I'm going to dive in. Hey, go for it. God bless you. Now you might know how to manipulate the frequency and get it to work perfectly, no problems. That's cool. Then, but you might turn it on and burn down your house or burn down your tower. Who knows? That's one thing about CPUs that I don't understand. How can they be so flighty? But it's a lot of information in those small little cells they have. So, like I said, guys, just be careful out there with these CPUs. Be careful out there buying these games. Be careful with a lot of this stuff. The Office Depot Can Air is pretty decent, but like I said, it's for $7, it's a lot of money. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.